Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, an arrest overnight after a fire at the Pennsylvania governor's residence, mixed signals over tariffs, and the emotional win at the Masters. Breaking overnight, a man arrested for trying to kill the Pennsylvania governor, setting the residence on fire. Governor Josh Shapiro and his family at home at the time. A large fire in the dining room on the first floor where the family and guests had celebrated the first night of Passover.
White House whiplash. Just days after excluding smartphones, computers, and other electronics from the steep tariffs on China, the president now says those exemptions are temporary, and there are more tariffs coming on the chips for your cell phones and cars.
Search for answers in the deadly helicopter crash. Dive teams looking for wreckage as investigators reassemble the pieces. The new questions this morning.
The house explosion in Texas, injuring 6 people, leveling a home and damaging dozens around it. The investigation at this hour.
Spring break nightmare for 2 American students being held in Denmark after a confrontation with an Uber driver. We hear from one of their mothers.
Surprise appearance by the Pope, greeting thousands in St. Peter's Square on Palm Sunday after his long hospitalization. Dreams will come true tonight at the WNBA Draft with Paige Beckers a slam dunk for the top pick.
Beckers banks it in!
Who will join her in the new class of superstars as UConn coach Geno Auriemma joins us live here in the studio.
Rory McIlroy finally wins it all.
McIlroy pours it in.
After a sudden death playoff at the Masters.
McIlroy has his masterpiece.
Emotions running over as he dons the fabled green jacket on his 17th try.
Never give up on your dreams. Never, ever give up on your dreams.
Live from Times Square, it's Monday. Good Morning America.
What a moment that was for Rory McIlroy and his daughter Poppy there at the Masters. Good morning, America. Hope you all had a good weekend.
Yes, we sure do. And Sam is in for Ginger this morning. It's been hard to find spring this April. It really has. But Sam's got the snow, and where it's warming up.
Yeah, we can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But we're going to begin, though, with the arrest overnight. The suspect charged with setting fire to the home of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who was there with his family at the time. Our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, with the latest. Good morning to you, Aaron.
And good morning to you, Robin. You can see the yellow tape, the boarded up windows. That's the spot where police say the arsonist broke glass and hurled a Molotov cocktail while the governor and his family were asleep inside.
This morning, an arrest after police say an arsonist tried to kill Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro by setting fire to his official residence. The fire blackened damage evident, part of the mansion left uninhabitable.
This type of violence is not okay. This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society. And I don't give a damn if it's coming from one particular side or the other.
The governor and his family were gathered Saturday evening with 24 others celebrating the first night of Passover. Shapiro sharing this photo of his Seder plate. At 2 a.m., that very room was engulfed in fire.
The governor's residence burning a large fire in the dining room on the first floor. They can see fire out the windows.
The governor and his family were asleep inside, police rushing in to rouse them.
State troopers assigned to our detail woke us up and told us we had an emergency and needed to leave immediately.
Authorities now charging 38-year-old Cody Balmer of Harrisburg with aggravated arson, attempted murder, and terrorism.
He clearly had a plan. He was very methodical in his approach, without a lot of hurry.
This is the part of the fence the suspect breached to make his way inside the governor's residence, where he set the fire with an incendiary device. Investigators cut away this part of the fence so they could do DNA testing.
No one was injured, but the attack left the governor, who has 4 children, shaken.
Lori and I are overwhelmed by the prayers and the messages of support that we've received from all across Pennsylvania and all across the United States.
Police say the suspect confessed and told them he would have attacked Governor Shapiro with a hammer had he found him inside. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News Balmer has posted disdain for Democrats. And George, they're also not ruling out whether Shapiro's Jewish faith may have played a role in motivating the attack. George.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the escalating trade war with China and those mixed messages from the White House. President Trump is now signaling new tariffs on electronics after carving out exceptions last week. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is at the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. And this one has sparked a lot of confusion. The Trump administration putting in place exemptions for some electronics like smartphones and laptops. But now the president suggesting that those are only temporary and that even more tariffs are on the way. This morning, White House whiplash. Just days after excluding smartphones, computers, and other electronics from the new steep tariffs imposed on China, the president suggesting those exemptions are temporary. On Air Force One, the president asked about the mixed signals.
There's some ambiguity, or at least some questions about whether there were exceptions or exemptions.
There shouldn't be ambiguity. We have a tremendous country.
And now promising to impose even more tariffs on semiconductors and chips, which are essential to power everything from cell phones to cars.
Like we did with steel, like we did with automobiles, like we did with aluminum, which are now fully on. We'll be doing that with semiconductors, with chips, and numerous other things. And that'll take place in the very near future.
The majority of Apple iPhones are assembled in China, and without an exemption to Trump's massive 145% tariff on Chinese goods, financial services firm UBS estimates the cost of a new iPhone 16 Pro Max could skyrocket by $950. The president says America should no longer rely on China to manufacture those products.
We want to make our chips and semiconductors and other things in our country.
But experts warn that could take time.
China is very intertwined with our economy, and it's very hard to find easy substitutes to many of these imports.
And this morning, China is retaliating, halting exports of magnets critical to the assembly of American cars and other electronics, from drones to robots. As the president reveals another target in his ongoing trade war, prescription drugs made outside the United States.
We want to make our drugs in this country, and by placing a tariff on the companies that are not in this country, they're going to move into our country.
The raw ingredients of almost all medications are made overseas. Experts say the move could drive up prices for over-the-counter drugs like ibuprofen and even lead to shortages. Democrats warning of the impact, saying the president's on and off again tariff strategy is only sparking confusion.
Look, there is no tariff policy. It's just all chaos and corruption. That's all we have going on.
So over the weekend, the president said he would be releasing more details, more specifics about those new tariffs sometime today. And in just a few hours, the president will also be meeting with the president of El Salvador, who is here in Washington. He has become critical to this administration's mass deportation plan. Michael.
All this has been really confusing. Rachel, thank you for that. And overnight, the markets responded to these mixed signals. Our Rebecca Jarvis is at the New York Stock Exchange with the latest for us. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Michael. And as one trader here put it to me, we could all use a little Dramamine and a nap. It has been a handful of extremely volatile weeks here for stocks. And this morning, stocks are pointing higher with the reversal of that China tech tariff. According to the Census Bureau, the now exempted tech products accounted for about $100 billion, or 23% of U.S. imports from China last year. Some of the big winners here this morning are tech companies, Apple, Google, Nvidia, which also announced this morning plans to open manufacturing facilities in Arizona and Texas for its chips. Meantime, the uncertainty over tariffs has rippled over into consumer confidence, taking a hit like we haven't seen since the early days of COVID. But one bright spot for consumers is what's happening to oil prices. They've been falling in recent weeks. The thinking goes, if the economy slows down, we use less oil, and that is starting to spill over to the pump, where prices are also down. George?
Okay, Rebecca, thanks very much. Just bringing our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, who's here in the studio with us this morning. Hard to keep up with all the changes on this tariff policy.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's a lot of whiplash here. And look, the president is trying to have it both ways. On one hand, he says he's willing to show a certain flexibility, but at the same time, the White House is pushing back hard against any notion that he is blinking with China. They are scrambling now to explain this shift. His top aides are flooding the airwaves, saying these exemptions for electronics from the steepest tariffs are only temporary. Some saying this was the plan all along, even though we know for weeks they said there would be no such carve-outs. The president himself even going so far yesterday to say there was no exemption for electronics, which simply is not true. Late Friday night, they quietly gave these products this reprieve, and now the president insists these goods are just being shifted to a different tariff bucket, as he said, but the Commerce Secretary says that could take a month or two. The bottom line, right now, these electronics are exempt for now.
And lots of uncertainty for the businesses having to deal with this. Meantime, they're trying to get all these other trade deals done in the next 90 days. How realistic is that?
Look, they insist they can get this done in just 90 days, but it's a real steep climb. I mean, we know right now of at least a handful of countries that are in active negotiations. They say roughly 130 have come calling and are now in discussions to somehow strike a deal. But remember the last time the president negotiated a major trade deal with Mexico and Canada in his first term? That took years to fully come to fruition. And the president says when they come to the end of these 90 days, he's going to put those sweeping so-called reciprocal tariffs back in place. And George, he has warned that there will be transition costs for Americans in the meantime.
Mary Bruce, thanks very much. Robin?
So good to have you in the studio with us.
Good to see you.
All right, Mary. Now, the search for answers in the helicopter crash that killed 6 people in New York. Divers searching for parts of the aircraft that could point to what went wrong. Our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, is there at the crash site for us. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Robin, good morning. Overnight, New York Helicopter Tours, that's the company involved in this deadly accident, is shutting down. They said they are shutting down. And dive teams now, they were out here all weekend long in the Hudson River looking into that water, searching for that critical rotor. Cameras captured the rotor system separated from the chopper, falling into the water. Now, crews have been scouring the riverbed using side-scanning sonar. Also, over the weekend, investigators releasing video of them reassembling pieces of the main cabin. The NTSB revealing that the helicopter's last major inspection was on March 1st. So that's just over a month ago. 6 people, of course, lost their lives here. A family of 5 visiting from Spain, a husband and wife, both executives at the company Siemens, their 3 children, and their pilot, a Navy veteran with nearly 800 hours of flight time. Now, it turns out that this helicopter did not have any flight recorders on board, and that's why it's so critical for the investigation for them to actually find that rotor to see what happened here. Michael?
Yeah, it's very sad there, Gio. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. We're going to turn now to the Masters magic from Rory McIlroy, the 35-year-old winning his first ever green jacket and first major tournament in nearly 11 years. Well, Lara, you're here. You're wearing your Masters green.
Yes,
but
I am.
It was touch and go until the end.
I mean, were you watching?
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a long, stressful day, and not just for us. This was the one major that always seemed to elude Rory McIlroy. He has played in the Masters 17 times. He needed a win here to capture the career Grand Slam. As Michael said, he hadn't won a major for 11 years, but it all changed yesterday, with Rory making it about as difficult on himself as he possibly could.
McIlroy has his masterpiece.
An emotional Rory McIlroy clinching his first ever green jacket here at Augusta, falling to the ground after birdieing the first hole in the sudden death playoff, giving him a one-stroke victory over Justin Rose, embracing his wife Erica, before scooping up his 4-year-old daughter Poppy, then embarking on an emotional walk to the clubhouse. The crowd chanting his name up and down the fairway.
I gotta go get a green jacket. Honestly, it's a dream come true. Like my dreams have been made today.
McIlroy coming into the day with a 2-stroke lead.
Now driving, Rory McIlroy.
But that quickly evaporated on the first hole,
An early blow.
where he double bogeyed.
That is a 6.
But he overcame the rocky start to coast to a 4-stroke lead after 10 holes.
McIlroy pours it in.
But on hole 13, Rory making it difficult for himself again.
Oh my goodness.
It was a nail-biter till the end.
Is this enough?
It is. Oh, here it comes.
You hear the patrons? I can hear him here, and I can hear him all around the world.
He had a chance to win it on this last putt in regulation and missed it, forcing a sudden death playoff with Justin Rose. But in the end, it was McIlroy's for the taking.
The long journey is over. McIlroy.
And the moment he'd been waiting for 11 long years.
My family, my team. The one thing I would say to my daughter Poppy that's sitting over there, never give up on your dreams. Never, ever give up on your dreams.
That's good advice from Dad. I think it's fair to say the world wanted this for Rory almost as bad as Rory wanted it. He started playing golf when he was just 4 years old himself. He made sure to thank his parents in Northern Ireland for all of the sacrifices they made for him. And by the way, the last sudden death playoffs at the Masters was in 2017. The winner was Sergio Garcia. The runner-up was Justin Rose. He has not won a Masters yet, but playing like he did yesterday, no doubt he will give it a run next year. I'm looking at you, Michael, because I know we love him.
I love him. He is a great guy and just tough. Somebody had to win.
Yep, exactly.
And they both played incredible golf.
They gave us a long day of entertainment.
Yeah, that was great.
Going through Rory McIlroy's head when that ball goes into the pond.
Same thing that not safe for TV is what I'm saying.
But Larry, how about the par 3 contest before the Masters began and Poppy made that putt? Really a family affair.
What a moment, right? It was little Poppy McIlroy showing her dad how it's done on the 9th hole of the par 3 before the start. The girls got touch, and Rory following her lead with that last putt, thankfully, lifting his daughter into his arms after yesterday's win. You could not have scripted that moment any better, guys.
Good for him. Congratulations.
Yeah. Long time coming. Yeah. Thank you, Lara. Coming up, Matt Gutman has the latest on the Menendez brothers' fight for freedom. Hey, Matt.
Hey, George. The Menendez brothers winning a major victory on Friday. The judge allowing their resentencing hearing to go forward this week, but also suffering a devastating loss. The family matriarch, Aunt Terry Barol, found unresponsive in her hotel room, and why the family lawyers are now blaming the DA for that. All that coming up.
All right, Matt. And also the 2 American students detained in Denmark after an alleged altercation with an Uber driver. We're going to hear from one of their mothers.
And going back to the movies for Minecraft, all in good fun or totally out of control, like Sam and Lara. Coming up, we have a Broadway performance taking over our studio. We cannot wait for that. You don't want to miss it. We come back.
Back here on GMA, it's one of the Coachella performances many are talking about. Benson Boone's rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody. Legendary Queen lead guitarist Brian May surprising the crowd, playing that famous riff. We're going to have much more on the big weekend at Coachella coming up in Pop News.
Looking forward to that. First new at 7:30. 6 people were injured after a house exploded in Austin, Texas on Sunday. The home was leveled and at least 2 dozen other houses in the neighborhood damaged. The cause is under investigation. Also, in a new court filing, the Justice Department says the Supreme Court ruling last week does not compel the government to negotiate with El Salvador and bring back Gilmar Abrego Garcia. He was the Maryland father who was wrongfully detained. The Supreme Court did say the government has to facilitate his release.
All right, and Pope Francis made a surprise public appearance, greeting thousands who gathered in St. Peter's Square to celebrate Palm Sunday. The Pope is still recovering from double pneumonia, which kept him hospitalized for nearly 40 days. Good to see him out in public. And a passing to note, legendary TV director Don Misher has died. A 15-time Emmy winner and Peabody Award honoree, Misher was the mastermind behind many live events, including 2 Olympic ceremonies, 2 Academy Awards, 6 Super Bowl halftime shows, and 15 Emmy ceremonies. He was 85 years old.
What a career.
What a career.
Really something. We're going to turn now to the Menendez brothers' fight for freedom. A Los Angeles judge ruled their resentencing hearing will proceed as planned this week as one of their family members is hospitalized. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman has the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. The family telling me that the family matriarch, Terry Beralt, was beside herself after that court hearing on Friday. She fell ill Saturday, found unresponsive in her hotel room on Sunday. Now, she is in the ICU still, but I'm told she's in stable condition. And now the family lawyers are blaming the DA for re-traumatizing her by flashing these graphic crime scene images during court on Friday.
This morning, the Menendez brothers' 85-year-old aunt, Terry Beralt, in critical condition after her family says she was re-traumatized by grisly crime scene photos shown by the district attorney.
She is not well. I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of details to give you. I talked about what happened in the courtroom on Friday and how much it had affected my mother, the re-traumatizing of our family, which never seems to end. So, here we are.
The family saying Terry fell ill late Saturday in her L.A. hotel, a day after the court hearing in which a judge handed the brothers a legal victory, allowing their resentencing hearing this week to go forward, a step closer to their possible release.
It was very difficult to sit and listen to what we witnessed.
For 3 hours, LA DA Nathan Hochman's team painted Eric and Lyle Menendez as serial liars and brutal killers, flashing without warning graphic photos showing the shotgun bodies of Jose and Kitty Menendez in 1989. That rattled the family.
This DA seems to want to go around and shock and awe people.
Overnight, the attorney for the victim's family, Brian Friedman, laying blame directly on the DA's office.
I believe that being tough on crime is important. It's good, but that's tough on crime, not creating fear and pain and trauma in family members who have lived through this.
In a statement, the DA's office apologizing, saying, "We never intend to cause distress or pain to individuals who attend a court hearing," adding, "However, by design, these hearings are intended to be a place where the truth, no matter how painful, is brought to light." Terry Menendez Beralt, Jose's older sister, is the family matriarch. Late Thursday, just hours before that hearing, she sat down for her first interview in decades. You've held your silence for 35 years.
For everybody, this is a story. For me, it's very personal. It's a whole branch of my family erased. The ones that are gone and the ones that are still paying for it, which were kids.
Terry is also battling colon cancer.
I don't have that much time. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't.
And even before this, family had filed a complaint with the state asking for the DA to be removed from the case. But the DA will face off against the Menendez family lawyers later this week in court. I'm told many of the family members will be there, but not Terry Beralt. Her prognosis remains uncertain, Michael.
Yeah, everyone, we hope for the best, and thank you for that, Matt. And I know everyone is looking to see what the outcome of that will be. We're going to turn now to 2 American college students finding themselves in a spring break nightmare in Denmark. Janae Norman is here with the details. Good morning, Janae.
Michael, good morning. It was an altercation with an Uber driver that changed everything for these 2 American college students. At the airport, preparing to board their flights home, they were arrested and are still being held 2 weeks later.
This morning, a European spring break trip ending with 2 American college students behind bars in a Danish jail.
It's put a huge emotional stress on all of us.
Sarah Buchan-Ray was preparing to pick up her son Owen in Chicago from his return from Denmark when she learned he'd been arrested.
I woke up to a text message that said, "Mom, I'm in prison in Copenhagen."
She says Owen and his friend, who wishes to remain anonymous, were taking an Uber back to their hotel on March 31st when they realized they'd entered the wrong address and opted to cancel the ride.
I think maybe the driver didn't understand that he was still going to get paid because they canceled.
According to the family's attorney, that's when the situation quickly escalated.
And about 5 minutes had passed since the time that they got out of the Uber, and the Uber driver came back around, got out of his car, and then proceeded to kick Owen in the groin. They sort of pushed him away, and they ran away.
Uber telling ABC News the driver reported to Uber that he was assaulted by 2 riders. Authorities arresting the 2 at the airport the next day, charging them with common assault and declaring them a flight risk.
There's no way they can look at all this evidence and still hold Owen and his friend, for that matter.
So Sarah is now in Copenhagen awaiting her son's release. Copenhagen police say Owen and his friend will be held until at least the 24th of this month, so weeks after they were expecting to be home, guys.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
So many people are watching this closely. Janae, thank you so much. Now to the WNBA Draft taking place here in New York tonight. UConn star Paige Beckers will be in the spotlight. Expected to be the #1 pick. I think that's fair to say. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. Good morning, Robert. I think it's a virtual lock. And one of the beauties of the women's basketball calendar is that the buzz crescendos with the Final Four and then keeps climbing. Many of the stars we just cheered on in the NCAA tournament will be drafted tonight and then making their professional debuts in just about a month. Tonight, they will live a dream hearing their names called at the WNBA Draft. The first name we're fairly certain we'll hear, Buckets.
This morning, all eyes on tonight's WNBA Draft. And a future superstar in the league, a virtual lock to be the #1 overall pick.
Beckers banks it in.
Paige Beckers, fresh off leading UConn to a 12th national title, the one collegiate accolade missing from Beckers' resume. And now, she's going pro.
The final page in the book of Beckers.
Paige Buckets all but certain to hear her name called first by the Dallas Wings. But before she begins her WNBA career, fans lining the streets of Hartford welcoming the champions in their victory parade.
We have the greatest team in the country, and we have the greatest fans in the country.
Oh, you made this a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
There are plenty of marquee names ready to walk across the stage at tonight's draft in New York City.
Inside to Morrow. Why not?
LSU's Anissa Morrow likely to be a top 10 pick.
Van Lith will take it. And hit it.
TCU's Haley Van Lith likely to go early as well. And 19-year-old 6'6" phenom Dominique Malonga from France, expected to go second overall to the Seattle Storm.
And some interesting news ahead of the draft. ESPN reporting that Beckers is signing a 3-year deal with the 3-on-3 league Unrivaled, and her salary in the first year of her deal will exceed what she would make in 4 years of her WNBA contract. The first year's salary for the top overall pick, just under $79,000 annually. Let's all tune in to ESPN together at 7:30 Eastern tonight to see that WNBA draft. The Dallas Wings are on the clock. I think Paige Beckers is going.
Yes, and you know who's going to be there tonight? Geno Auriemma. But before he's there, he's going to be here.
We thought it was you.
No,
yeah, right.
But Geno's going to be here.
That's good. Always love when he's here.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, he's an Eagles fan. He let me know that last time I talked to him when I saw him last week.
Just a little bit of a tease.
Now, with a Minecraft movie. The movie, based on a popular video game, is the highest grossing film of the year, and now the director is defending its viral social media trend, and Lara is back to tell us all about it.
I sure am, and it's about these 2 words, chicken jockey, everybody. Fans going crazy when Jack Black says the line in the movie, but some theater owners are not happy about what's going on, and now the film's director is speaking out and probably not helping matters at all.
Chicken jockey.
This morning, many theater owners and goers are growing increasingly concerned about what happens after these 2 words are uttered. Sending Minecraft movie fans into a screaming, popcorn-throwing, soda-spilling frenzy.
There was confetti cannons being blown off, and then a live chicken was in our theater.
Yes, a real-life chicken brought into this theater in Provo, Utah by a student. He and the chicken were later escorted out of the theater. So what exactly is a chicken jockey? Well, according to the Minecraft dictionary, it's a child zombie who rides on a chicken, of course. And it's become one of the hottest social media trends in the world, causing police to occasionally escort unruly teens to the parking lot of theaters.
They want me to fight the chicken?
Some theaters are now issuing disclaimers for the #1 movie in the country saying, please know that those who disrupt our guests and damage our theaters will be escorted out immediately by police. We will press charges for any damage to our property. And now the director speaking out about that viral chicken jockey trend, saying he sees no problem with his film's fan base having a passion for poultry. Jared Haas telling Entertainment Weekly, quote, "It's weird when you're having too much fun and the cops get called. I've seen so many funny videos. I'm just glad people are making memories with their friends and families."
Cineworld, one of the largest movie theater chains in the UK, says it wants to limit the chicken jockey trend to special showings. It's drawing the line on throwing popcorn and filming the screen.
Drawing the line there.
Drawing the line.
As you should.
Yeah.
And bringing live chickens as
Yeah.
well.
Maybe leave the poultry out of the theater.
Somebody's got to clean that up.
But you
right.
performed a real public service by giving us all the definition.
Thank you. George, every day I try.
And you succeed.
Thank you.
Now with the play of the day and the sweetest little hockey super fan, Sam.
This can get me into hockey.
Oh, wow.
One of those.
Sam is such a sports fan, he's making up new sports.
Sports with Sam. I dare you not to smile right here. Take a look at 4-year-old Braden and the Anaheim Ducks versus Calgary Flames. Now just watch. Every time the camera goes to this young boy, you get a different response and a different reaction out of him. From anger to joy to giggling, and the crowd loved it. The players loved it. The whole center went nuts. Braden loving the crowd as the Ducks pulled an overtime win. Now here's the deal. Afterwards, the little superfan got to meet his heroes, and the players said they saw Braden on the big screen and that he actually inspired that rally.
That's awesome.
We caught up with Braden and his parents overnight. His dad saying it was all something they never imagined that would have been doing or would have happened, and it was an amazing night for their son.
Oh, that was fun.
Everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, we'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Tax day deadline. The last-minute tips to do this morning if you haven't filed yet. What you can still do to get an extra deduction and when to expect your refund.
The new study on kids and obesity, saying just medication or exercise may not be enough. Dr. Tara Narula is here with what you can do to help kids get and stay healthy.
I'll find somewhere that makes me happier than here.
And the Giggly Squad is here.
The Gigglers are the glue that keeps us together.
The popular podcasters who find the funny every day. Now they're answering your questions on how to take life a little less seriously. As we say, good morning, America.
Live from Times Square, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
We are looking forward to chatting with Paige DeSorbo and Hannah Berner. Also looking forward to catching up with Geno Auriemma and Melinda French Gates. Big morning.
Oh, big morning. And also this morning, we have the spring 2025 sneaker trends, from colorful athletic shoes to chunky dad shoes. That is all ahead.
First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the tax day deadline. Tomorrow, Rebecca Jarvis is at the New York Stock Exchange with some last-minute tips. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hi, George. Yes, and you don't have to fret if you're still behind and you haven't done anything, because for most Americans, the best thing to do this year is to take that standard deduction, unless you have big medical expenses or high mortgage interest, in which case you would want to go through and make that aware on your taxes. But instead, save yourself some time and money with that standard deduction. One of the big changes this year, if you're making money on Venmo, eBay, Etsy, or Airbnb, and it's over $5,000, those platforms are required to send a 1099-K form to both you and to the IRS, and you want to be sure to report profits from any goods or services you sold through that. You can also contribute to your IRA today, and it will apply to your tax year 2024, so do that. The limits are different depending on your age, but get out there, put a little money into it. And finally, you might have heard about proposals to stop taxing Social Security and tips and overtime. Well, that's just what they are, George. They're proposals at this point, so you still do have to report that income.
And Rebecca, a lot of families count on getting their tax refunds quickly.
Yes, and from what we've heard, people who do it electronically are getting their refunds within 21 days. If you're wondering where your refund is, that fastest path again is electronic e-filing. If you've already filed, you can go to the IRS website at irs.gov, check the Where's My Refund tool, and e-filers will know their status within about 24 hours. If you do mail it in, it's going to take you a little longer. So again, electronic is the best way to go, George.
Rebecca Jarvis, thanks. Michael?
All right, George, now to a new study about childhood obesity. It found that many common approaches to reducing belly fat in children might not work. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, is here with more. And Doc, tell us what this study says and what works to help kids lose weight. What should parents know?
Sure, Michael. So there's been a lot of previous published research on general obesity, but not so much on central obesity, which is that belly fat. And we know that that type of obesity tends to be a little more serious, more associated with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and brain changes. So this study looked at kids 5 to 18 years old who are overweight and obese and what strategies might work to lower that belly fat. And they found two things. One was diet and exercise. So a low-fat diet or Mediterranean diet with about 150 minutes a week of exercise, or behavioral intervention. So really nutrition education on healthy snacks, fruits and veggies, exercise, important limiting screen time, and online support. What didn't seem to work was singular strategies. So just diet, just exercise, or just medicine alone. Why is this important? Because we know that 80% of adolescents who are obese are going to go on to become adults who are obese. It costs our country trillions of dollars. Obviously, there's complications. So really important to set those healthy habits young. As a cardiologist and mom, I teach my kids how to read nutrition labels. They're 9 and 12. They know how to do it. And actually, we started our Weekend Warrior Club. I make them exercise with me every Sunday now. So, you know, you want to set those early so that by the time people are adults, they're not developing cardiovascular disease and seeing me in the office.
It's on the parents.
Yes.
Parents, you really got to, contribute.
You have to show them the way and do it with them. Yes, and make it fun. That's important too.
My dad did that with me. Yeah.
And made it a habit early on.
That's right. That's right. Then it becomes routine. It becomes easy. It becomes part of your life. My 9-year-old said to me this weekend, "This was fun." After she got off the treadmill for 20 minutes, I feel good.
Hey.
I had her on the treadmill. Yeah.
She said it was fun.
She did. Yeah. She was exhausted,
but
she enjoyed it. I'm a tough mom. What can I say?
We just keep peeling back the layers on you. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Now the NBA. The playoff field is set as a regular season came to a close yesterday, including an overtime win by the LA Clippers to secure the final spot out west. Will, you're back with that.
Sure am, Robin. Good morning again. All 30 NBA teams were in action on the final day of the regular season. We had some great and important games, none fitting that bill as perfectly as the LA Clippers versus the Golden State Warriors. Winner gets a playoff spot. Loser has to go to the play-in, meaning they have to play at least one more game to advance to the postseason. And this game delivered. The superstars did what they're paid to do, what they're expected to do. Steph Curry going unconscious, draining threes per usual, finishing with 36 points. His teammate Jimmy Butler adding 30 of his own, trying to will the Dubs to victory. But the Clippers have superstars too. How about 39 points from James Harden? There's two of them right there the hard way. Kawhi Leonard as well, 33 points from him. The game going to overtime right as Rory McIlroy was reaching his final holes at the Masters. Talk about sports nirvana. I had both screens going. It was great. The Clippers hanging on and securing the win and the spot in the playoffs. The Warriors now facing the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow in the play-in game. Winner moves on. Loser gets one more chance to make the playoffs. And the permutations are a little more convoluted than we have time for, but here's what you need to know. The play-in tournament is tomorrow and Wednesday. Wednesday night's games are on ESPN, and once that's all done, the playoffs begin in full on Friday night. I'm sure we'll have a full breakdown for you later this week, guys.
You need a scorecard.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Will. Coming up on our GMA morning menu, Geno Auriemma, the coach of the UConn Huskies. Look at him. He's up there right now off their 12th national championship. And we'll also talk about the WNBA Draft tonight.
Also ahead, it's been 40 years since The Breakfast Club came out, and now the cast is reuniting. That's coming up in Pop News.
Plus, Melinda French Gates is here telling us about her new book, and more. Also, Lara and Sam. You have two guests upstairs.
Girls only. All right, so we're here, guys. Sam and I thought we were the Giggly Squad. Turns out these two are and crushing it. Paige DeSorbo, Hannah Berner, the real thing. They're going to tell us how to take life a little less seriously.
I love them. I'm solidly in love with them. It's coming up right here on GMA.
Huge fan. We'll be back.
And welcome back. Our friend Cameron Matheson here tomorrow, 3 months after he lost his home in the California wildfires. He's going to tell us how he and his family are doing. Robin?
Now, George, now to our GMA cover story as we count down to tonight's WNBA Draft. We're going to go one-on-one with the Geno Auriemma, who just led the UConn Huskies to their 12th national championship. And I know Michael already came over here to give you the once-over because you were the Go Birds, but you guys worked it out, right? You and Strahan worked it out.
Yeah. He's like a lot of the other Giants. He missed. He didn't hit me.
he didn't hit you. He loves that. We go back a long way.
I know.
Congratulations.
We were just talking about it. In 1997, we were doing the WNBA
When it
games.
first launched, orange and white on Monday night. And look at it now.
They had some players we had no idea where they came from. We couldn't pronounce their names.
But we do now.
You hadn't done play-by-play.
No.
I'd never done color. We're like zigging and zagging, making stuff up as we went along.
But we had a good time.
We had a great time.
Look where the game is today. Hey, can I talk about the parade yesterday? That was fantastic. You had like 20,000 fans coming out. What do you appreciate most about the relationship of your players with the fans?
How engaged they are. Not just I'm a player, you're a fan. It's become like this passionate relationship that the fans talk about them like, hey, our ladies are something special. You know, they always talk about ours. It's like they have ownership of it, and the energy was unbelievable and all over. And somebody said that one of the amazing things was grown men walking around with Paige Becker's jerseys on. I mean, that's come a long way since 1997.
Yeah.
When they wouldn't dare go say that they were a women's basketball fan back then.
Yeah, but now they're proud to say that, and rightfully so. Okay, Paige, WNBA draft, you're going tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll be there.
You had a number of your players go #1 over the years. We're going to put them up and let everybody see all the #1 picks that you've had from UConn. But let me ask you this. I know what they learned from you. What did you learn from them? There they are.
Oh, yeah. Well, as somebody says, how'd you win 12 national championships? Well, there's like 3 there, there's 3 there, there's 4 there. What I learned is that coaching really, really good players, great players, is really hard because they are so smart. They know so much about what they're doing that you really have to be on point all the time, and you have to challenge them every day because they thrive on challenges, right? And I learned that you have to also take what comes back from them because they're risk takers. So you might go, hey, Robin, this is what I want you to do. And they're walking out there and they say, they go, no, we're not doing that. But you have to trust them because everything, Paige the same way, every decision that those guys made was about winning. So you got to trust that. And you know, sometimes it's not going to be great. But in the end, you appreciate that they're willing to take that risk.
Yeah, and Paige also said the friendship really fueled this victory this time around. I mean, you could just tell that the camaraderie.
Yeah.
But I want to get your 1985.
1985.
That's when you started.
Yeah.
1985. That's 40 years ago.
Ah, stop.
No, but the C word. I'm not gonna ask you about the R word. Everybody always has about retirement. Not gonna do that. But where the women's game is right now, both college and the WNBA. Your thoughts?
We couldn't get 100 people to come to our games in 1985. Now we sell out the XL Center, 15,000 every time we play there. It's an ancient world that existed back then. We couldn't get the faculty off the track, right? We couldn't. We went to the Final Four in 1991.
I remember.
You were there.
Right.
There was 8,000 people at the Final Four
in New Orleans.
The
There's a Lakefront Arena or something.
Lakefront Arena.
Yeah.
That's right, in New Orleans.
You got to keep me close to you because I know where all the bodies are buried.
You're way younger than me. You have a better memory than I do.
No.
So where it is today, just as a testament to people like you who kept pushing the game forward, what the TV networks, ESPN, they just kept pushing the game forward. The coaches got better. The players have gotten better. More opportunities for more kids. It's the natural progression of what happens when you put a good product on the floor, you market it well, and you have people that care passionately about it. And this is the result.
And you have been at the cornerstone. You have been the cornerstone of all of that you just said. And I thank you so very, very much, Geno.
Well, I appreciate that.
You get all gussied up for the draft tonight? You got to wear a suit. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I am gonna wear a suit. I am gonna wear a suit. But unlike those girls that are going to be there tonight, I fortunately know how to dress myself. So I won't have a crew.
Oh,
I won't have a crew over there.
You don't have a glam, you don't have a glam squad?
No. Look at here. Nobody even came over here to give me makeup. Like, what kind of operation is this?
Oh, Kathy has you trained so well. Your beautiful wife, Kathy.
Yeah.
Geno, love you. Thank you so much for
Thank
what
you.
you've done for the game.
Appreciate you, Rob.
that. Yeah. Congratulations again. And you can see the WNBA Draft tonight, starting at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. And Paige, I think she's going to come by on Wednesday.
News time.
All right, let's do it, everybody. Good morning to you all. We're going to begin with some of the special moments you did not see from the Masters, like the outpouring of love for winner Rory McIlroy, who hadn't won a major in 11 years, and with his green jacket now, he finally completes a lifetime Grand Slam. Another golf Grand Slam winner, Tiger Woods, shared his feelings on social, saying, "Welcome to the club, Rory. Completing the Grand Slam at Augusta is something special. Your determination during this round and this entire journey has shown through, and you are now part of history. Proud of you." Rory is the first golfer to complete a Grand Slam since Tiger himself did it in 2000, so that message is especially poignant. And a resurfaced clip of a young Rory is popping up online after this win in 1999 and the 10 and under World Championships.
No way.
Yeah, he was that good. He told the Irish talk show Kelly how he honed his skills. Take a look.
I tipped air balls into my mum's washing machine.
Along the hall, in through the kitchen door, into your mum's washing machine.
Yes.
Watch this. Look at that. I mean, the guy was such a gifted golf prodigy. He's so cute. He started playing with a plastic set of clubs at the age of 2. He went pro when he was 18. And guys, he won his first major at the age of 20. He's only 35 now. I think lots more to come for Rory McIlroy. We are so happy for you. And thanks for almost giving me a heart attack. In music news, Lady Gaga headlined night 1 of Coachella over the weekend. She gave fans a taste of what her mayhem world tour might look like. She does not hold back. Nearly a decade after making her Coachella debut, Gaga told the crowd she was going for like an opera house in the desert vibe, and she kind of delivered there, bringing the house down when she revealed the new Abracadabra remix. It dropped over the weekend. That's what you're listening to right there, but we want to switch songs as we switch artists now. Benson Boone wowed the crowd with his performance. He channeled Freddie Mercury at one point with a cover of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. Listen to this. So good. He is so good.
Because Freddie Mercury did that song, and you don't think anyone else could do it. He is great.
Yeah.
Really, really talented. He's so great. I love his music. He got an assist, by the way, from Queen's lead guitarist Brian May. He came out on, that'll help. He came out to play the iconic guitar riff as only Brian May can. Benson thanked him after the performance, writing on Instagram, "Brian, you are easily one of the most legendary musicians of all time. I cannot thank you enough for coming out." Boone's new album, by the way, American Heart, it begins streaming on June 20th, and we'll have more Coachella coverage for you in GMA3, the third hour. So we'll have that for you. And then also this morning, it's been exactly 40 years, you guys, since that fateful Saturday morning detention when a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, and a criminal all came together to form the Breakfast Club. I loved this movie. And now, for the first time since that premiered in 1985, all 5 members of the cast have reunited to celebrate the film's incredible impact. Emilio Estevez, Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall, and Ali Sheedy all together on one stage during Chicago's C2E2 Pop Culture Convention over the weekend. Check this out.
I feel really moved that we're all together.
This one felt special. It's here in Chicago where we made the film.
Obviously the 40th anniversary, and it just felt like it was time. Molly said,
oh, it was time. You guys made us wait way too long. They went on to talk about all of their parts. They got so in-depth about it. Judd said he thought his character would be high school principal by now. I don't know about that, Judd. I've seen the movie multiple times. I'm not seeing that. But it was great to see them back together. Yeah, it's true. This is true. I was no angel. And look at me now. But great movie. It's making me want to watch it all over again. That's pop news.
You know one thing? Never tell on yourself. That's all I want to say.
You're right about that. You're right about that, darn it.
Well, Sam, we got a little work.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna strut?
We got to
go. Oh no, we got to go right now, Michael. You're not kidding. Like we got to go now.
Talk about trends and sneakers. Star Donaldson is the social media director at Birdie, and she's here to crown the top looks of the spring. You can get them using the QR code at the bottom of your screen. Star, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
And, we're going to start first up. Look at the hottest, just like the hottest athletic sneaker, but it has some bold colors.
Yeah, so minimalism is taking a backseat to bold this season, and athletic sneakers are getting a playful upgrade
That's a very colorful mix.
with contrasting hues, you can see here. So this is the On Cloud sneaker. So it's the perfect blend of fashion and function. It's ultra light, it's wearable, and it comes with Cloud Tech cushioning.
It is very light. Yeah.
And at $150, it's the perfect everyday shoe for if you're running a marathon, running errands, or running late.
I kind of like the colors.
You know what I mean?
Our next set, our GMA producers Alana and Dom put the hiking shoe trend to test, and so we've got some video of them kind of like showing off the strut right there. But this is a little bit more fashion and not about really getting your hike on, right?
100%. So hiking core has really entered the chat, and we're seeing a lot of outdoor motifs mixed with high fashion moments. So think about sneakers with a mini skirt. It's the perfect oxymoron. And these Salomon XT6 sneakers are a cult favorite. They've been seen on celebs like Bella Hadid.
And that's a celeb. There you go.
You know what I mean?
They should be selling.
They're a blend of fashion, function, and they bring that outdoor, rugged, cool energy to any look.
I love this skinny look that it's back.
These are called slim silhouettes. You're rocking them yourself.
Hey.
There. So, this is like it's making a comeback. It reminds me of like driving shoes for race car drivers.
Remember?
Yes. So sleek silhouettes are another trend we're really keeping our eye on. So these feel nostalgic, and they're really a contrast to the chunky silhouettes of seasons past. And one of the leaders is the Puma OG Speed Hat sneaker. We love this.
Yep.
It's sleek, it's suede, it's lightweight, and it's inspired by Formula One racing. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Oh yeah, I'm a big F1 guy.
Yeah, and
you are. I think we're going to get one more in, and then we'll put the rest on GMA3 for everybody. So what do we got?
We
gotta get to the end.
So we got.
I'm challenging you to rock this, by the way.
Not my size.
So leopard print is super exciting. It's becoming wearable. These are Steve Madden sneakers. They're under $100, and they have the bold print, a pop of red, and they're a great gateway sneaker for the animal print trend.
That actually looked pretty good when I put it up to the foot.
On the big toe.
You know, we're going to have the rest of these shoes on. You're going to be on GMA3, which would be great. So you can check them out then, everybody.
Scan the QR code.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Come on now, who celebrates moms better than GMA?
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Now GMA's ready to do it again.
Love it. Cannot wait for that.
So is there a mom in your life who deserves the most joyous surprise of a lifetime and getting breakfast in bed on GMA? Then scan this code or go to goodmorningamerica.com to find out how to enter one incredible mom for the greatest Mother's Day surprise. Hey, at GMA, we're celebrating 50 years of celebrating moms, and this Mother's Day will be the best surprise yet.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, it's that time of the year again because we're celebrating the moms in our lives with Breakfast in Bed. Shine the spotlight on that mom who goes that extra mile to make a difference, not only for their families, but for their communities as well.
Tell us about that special mom. We want to know all about her. Scan the QR code or go to our website. Now let's go to Larry and Sam.
We've already started all of this.
Yeah,
this is
we're having so much fun. We're here with our doppelgangers, the other Giggly Squad. We've got stand-up comedian Hannah Berner and reality TV personality and host Paige DeSorbo with us. They are hosts of the popular podcast, The Giggly Squad, and they've written a book together. It's so cute. It's called How to Giggle, a guide to taking life less seriously. Welcome to GMA. We're having so much fun chatting with you.
What an honor.
Almost forgot that we had to actually do
a part of the show. It's been fun just talking with you all morning.
Yeah, I was getting the backstory, and Hannah, I forgot you guys met on Summer House.
Yes,
you were on Summer House back in the day.
Back in my day, I used to fight with people. It was a crazy time. But it's funny because we used to go in the bathroom and just make each other laugh, and the video guy would always just like leave because it wasn't part of like the storyline.
Right.
So Giggling
like it's
Squad,
boring that you're giggling.
Yeah, they're like this isn't going anywhere, and we were riffing.
We're like, no, we have bits.
We have bits. So our podcast and the book came out of like what you didn't get to see on a short episode, and more our authentic personalities.
Yeah,
it's so awesome that your relationship was born there. We do have to mention, Paige, you have a connection to ABC.
Yes,
Like,
I used to work at ABC. I was fired, so thanks for bringing that up. And now we're here.
It all worked out.
It all worked out.
But you actually worked.
I worked for
with
the
us.
production company. I was an assistant. I got coffee so good. I was the best at getting coffee.
So where did it go wrong
coffee
for
best.
My boss was like, it's just not a fit. And I was like, I get it.
but she probably, or he probably saw what that there was more for you.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Paige cared more about her outfits than answering calls.
I was well dressed in the office. I was the personality hire. So.
Yeah, well done, well done.
you.
Well, you've gone on to do a lot. We've seen you on reality TV, and now you two have not only the podcast, but congrats on the book.
Thank you.
And the subtitle of the book is called How to Take Life Less Seriously, which you're very good at.
Thank you.
What is your one piece of advice for doing that? Let's talk to both of you.
Yeah, well, I think we can't control what happens to us, but you can control how you react. I have nervous laughter, I giggle a lot, and we realized we can't take ourselves seriously or life is gonna be long and hard.
Yes.
Might not look at the camera after that.
Get close in.
Yeah.
And I
Truer
feel like
words.
women go through a lot of the same things in their 20s, early 30s, and so we wrote about that and just how we overcome certain things with laughter, and not everything's the end of the world.
We're New Yorkers, so we love to poke fun at each other.
Yeah.
And I think
that's our term of endearment.
Yes.
It's the way you show love. Since this book is full of advice, we put a call out to viewer questions, and we got.
This one's from a guy named Sam.
Yeah, I have a question from someone named Sam. Let's start with this one from Nicole, by the way. She says, I'm about to turn 27, and I want to make a career switch, but I'm feeling overwhelmed. Help.
You'll feel way more overwhelmed when you're 55 in the same job that you hate.
No,
Is that too harsh?
No, I love it.
Quit your job, Nicole.
Quit it.
Yeah.
Call him right now. We'll quit for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary though, because it's hard to find a job.
It's scary.
But I do agree with you though. You don't want to. If you're not doing what you love, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And probably not successful.
Yeah,
and both of you went through something like that.
Yeah, and I think the discomfort and fear she's feeling means that there's excitement, and we like to lean towards that.
Yeah.
Anything that scares you means like it could be something that's meant for you.
Yeah.
You don't want to be bored.
Very good advice.
Amen.
Old souls,
oh
the
my
two
God,
of you.
I don't know.
I might read your
They
book.
call me Mel Robbins.
I have another one. This is from our viewer, our friend Jordan. Thank you, Jordan. She wants to know, what would you tell your 20-year-old self, Paige, knowing what you know now? We'll start with you, and then
What do you know?
Well, I know nothing 10 years later. I would probably say I was so hard on myself to have everything figured out. And when you're in your 20s, it's nothing should be figured out. So I think like giving yourself grace.
There, you think you know everything.
You think you know everything. You think everything's like the end of the world. Like even when I got fired from ABC, I was like, I'll never work in this town again.
Yeah.
But things happen, and so I think trusting yourself and knowing things will work out and like working hard is really important.
Yep.
Yeah, anyone saying like your 20s are your best years of your life, I was flailing. Like it was chaos.
Yeah.
And I think if you're okay with that and lean into it and you stop comparing what you think you should be. 20s, you don't know what's going on.
No.
You haven't regulated your emotions, your brain's not fully formed. Be nice to yourself.
And same with your 30s.
And your 40s.
And by the way, your 50s. This just in.
It never
It's just
ends.
that we don't know what we're doing
We
here.
don't know what's going on. It's not a self-help book.
Certainly not.
But you will giggle. You will giggle.
Now, you guys talked about writing the book and editing it. I mean, is it one of the most fun projects that you've done, or is it real hard work?
Well, there's definitely a page minimum, so we had to add in some pictures.
Yes, we had to. It was kind of like, the essay, the word count. We were like, let me think of something.
We called it Simon
if you
and
write
Schuster.
bigger, I'm like, well, the font needs to get way bigger. Only capital letters. But we decided not to have a ghostwriter because it was super important that we speak from our voice. And I do stand-ups, which is like a lot of writing. So we leaned into like authentically our voice. You're gonna feel like you're kind of like talking to your best friend or you're texting your best friend.
Yeah.
And we want you to be able to open up at any chapter and enjoy it, kind of like a magazine. We have like fun listicles, and we just made it fun.
Fun listicles?
I don't know what a listicle is.
Word, but I think mine is broken.
Is there a cream or an ointment for that?
Paige, before we go, everything's good with you.
Yes.
Life is grand.
Love.
Life is happy.
I'm doing life with my wife.
Yes.
I'm just loving it.
All right, good. I'm glad.
Thank
you guys
you.
are the best. Please come back. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So fun. And the book is fantastic. How to
It's out
Giggle.
tomorrow.
As you can see, it's very easy to do. It's out tomorrow.
Now, with philanthropist, author, and someone I am very grateful to call a good friend, Melinda French Gates. She's written a beautiful new book. It is called The Next Day: Transitions, Change, and Moving Forward. It is personal, it is inspiring, and there is wisdom on every page, Melinda.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
me.
Absolutely. Wanted to talk to you about this because you say this is really like a guide of the moments that really propel us, So just share some of those moments for
Yeah,
that you
sure.
shared.
For me, the birth of my first child, launching 3 children to college, the death of a really good friend in my 30s. I got divorced a year ago. I left the foundation, and I've just learned that these are the transitions and the moments that make us, if we allow them a little bit of space and time and some grace.
And some grace, and that is a key word, and sometimes it's more difficult to show ourselves this grace. I was surprised. I mean, I know you went to Duke, but it was your commencement at Stanford, where you had some family members, of course, at Stanford as well, that really led to this book. And this is something that you said in your commencement address. You said, I've learned that the next day is when the real work begins, because what we do the next day is what makes us who we are. So tell us the meaning behind Next Day.
Yes, so some of the Stanford seniors, when I asked them what I should speak about, they said, we feel like everyone coaches us to kind of be on one path in life. But if you believe there are openings and room for change, talk to us about that. And what I realized is sometimes you leave a job and you start your next one, but if you jump immediately to the next thing, you miss that time to pause. It's the pausing, what I call in the clearing, between one thing and the next, where there's a lot of growth that you can pull in yourself. Even if it's scary or even if it's exciting, pause and listen and learn the lessons that are there for you.
But you talk about this, and I have something that I've dealt with, balancing the, yes, I'm very career-minded and goal-oriented, but then also being open to this infinite possibilities.
New possibilities.
Yes, exactly. So how can someone strike that balance?
Yeah, I talk about this in the book because I was so goal-oriented when I was in middle school, high school, beyond. And I think we need that, but you also have to leave some room to say, hey, maybe something or someone I never knew we would meet will come along in my life and help set me on a different path. And I think there's a lot of beauty in that too. So we do have to try and balance both.
I know, and that balance, that B word, can be so hard, but it's so, you miss out on so much when you're always like looking for
the next thing and moving to it really fast.
Exactly. You mentioned divorce,
and
I've known you a long time, and you're a very private person, and people respect that. In the book, you really open up about the divorce like we've never heard before. Why was that important to you?
Well, it was important because if I'm going to be my most authentic self, people knew I had gone through it. And unfortunately, and it's hard on any family, so I write from my perspective, but it's not something I would wish on anybody, and unfortunately so many families go through it, and it is a big transition. And for me, while it was painful for sure, I ended up learning some lessons, and there was some growth in there too.
I know, and you shared those lessons with those because you know people walk a similar path. I love how you talk about, because my mama used to do this, and I even had in my morning message, seasons. We're in different seasons in our life. You're enjoying this season. You turned the big 6-0.
I did.
Embraced it and all that. And then you also come up with a word for the year. And what was your word for this year? Discover.
Discover.
So what are you discovering about this season of your life?
I'm discovering I have 2 granddaughters. One of them is just over 2 years old, the other one's 5 months, and I'm discovering that sense of play again. The way I played when I was a kid, the way I played with my children, swinging on swings with my granddaughter, running in the grass. I'm learning that there's still a lot of play and so much joy in life.
And joy is the word. Joy, because people look for happiness. Happiness is contingent on something. Joy is, like you said, swinging with your grandchild.
Totally.
Something like that.
You know, listening this morning, I was walking down the street in New York and I could hear the song of a bird. And like I just found the joy in that in a very early morning, which you all do here.
Yeah, we could hear that over there. Next day, what do you want people to find for their next day?
I want them to learn that even in the scary times of transition, to pause, listen to their inner voice. It has something to tell them. Lean into your family and friends. And if you're like me, who is quite a perfectionist on her goal list, try and drop some of that, because that's where there's a lot of growth and resiliency and joy.
I know, and you really open up about that. And thank you for sharing as much as you always do. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll see you at your book event.
Great.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me a guest on your podcast.
Oh, I'm so excited about that.
You're really good at that too. I've got to say, you got a lot of things going on.
Lots of moments that make our lives, right?
Ah, see, you made it. Came all around. I love that. And the next day is available the next day. Tomorrow. You can find it wherever books are sold. Oh, we are excited because coming up, we have the cast of the Broadway musical, Real Women Have Curves, and they're going to perform live. Yes.
Back now with Real Women Have Curves, the musical. It's a joyful and empowering new musical playing on Broadway at the James Earl Jones Theater. Cass is here right now with a performance.
You know what? I am beautiful. I can fight. I can take the heat. I can take up space.
Anna, what are you doing?
Take your shirt off.
Okay. With these arms, it looks like a hammock.
Show some skin.
A 5-year-old can take a nap.
Let your body.
Pancha, what's the big deal?
Breathe it in.
I'm the boss, and I say we take it off. Some of us got stretch marks.
Some cellulite.
Estela.
And that's alright. We all got the same.
What's that?
That voice inside.
Yeah, voice.
The fire that makes us survive. No matter what life throws our way, we can bend, we can dance, we can ricochet. When la vida gets hard, we know what to say. Real women have curves. Real women have curves.
We work harder and get paid less. Yes, we do.
Come home burned out,
Then clean their mess. I hear that.
we're more than daughters,
We're more than wives.
and we'll keep fighting just to live our lives. We all got the same, that voice inside, the fire that makes us survive. No matter what curveballs they throw, we can bend, we can dance, let the music flow. La vida's la cumbia that we all know. Real women have curves. Come on. Real women have curves. Rosalie, let me see. Oh my God, Mexico, she's crazy. Está loca.
Go Pancha, la reina de la plancha. Worked in the Palisades craft with the other men, fed up with sweat from the heat like the Everglades. I wasn't a gun, so I decided to run. Now rolling Lincoln Heights, have a life with my soul. Estela in the house, I got all the curves
curves you need. I can dance, I can sew, and I know how to lead. I'm an entrepreneur, yes sir, I'm a designer. I make a dress to impress nobody finer. Yeah, I'm an outlaw like Pancho Villa. You mess with me, I'll leave you like a chicken quesadilla.
I know women have My name is Tanya. I don't say how to rap, but that don't stop me, no. I always learn as I go. Came here from Mexico to Boyo High. Sacrifice, don't let life drag me down. I'm the queen of this town. Call me la chingona, I'll be sipping my corona. No matter what curveballs they throw, we can dance, we can dance, let the music flow. La vida's la cumbia that we all know. Real women have real women have real women have curves. Real women have
They're not going anywhere. The cast of Real Women Have Curves. Thank you for that great performance.
Bravo. Thank you, everyone.
Wow.